Alright, you guys, I'm trying out that music. That is for, I'm going to be putting that in some of my videos. So there's that. That is Autumn Sunset. It is copyright free. And I might be using them in an intro to a series that I'm going to be doing. So hope you like it. I love that. To me, it's like a nice little intro song for a video. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be using it for. So that is my little test there. Because I'm going to be making a series of videos. Oh wait, hold on. About the Whitaker story, and I told you guys last fall I was going to do that. And never got around to it. And the story keeps evolving. It kind of morphs into more and more stuff. So anyway, but that is the music that I'll be using in my intros to those videos. So I will be, I plan on starting those. It's going to be a series. And you guys will get one chapter at a time as I do them. So I think I'm going to start. I think I'm going to start on that soon. So you guys, it's been getting dark at 8:30 now instead of 9:30. So kind of the days are getting shorter. Feels like, and by the way, happy Friday, everybody. Uh, hope y'all are coming to the end of a good week. Hope everyone had a good, successful week. I felt like I don't think I got a whole lot done this week. I got regular stuff done, but nothing to write home about. So, although I do have to do some canning, maybe this weekend. Put some things away, stuff like that. Anyways, but I hope you're all having a good Friday, a happy Friday, and I hope you all have a good weekend too. Alright, I'm gonna start. I'm in the chat here. I'm gonna come over to say hi to everybody. Good evening to Miss January. Welcome, and Tina. Welcome to everybody. Miss January, Tina. Let me see, Mary. Good evening to Mary. And Miss January. Let's see, Miss January, Tina, Mary. Florida Life in the Sun, welcome. Thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you for the gifts. I got Miss January and I missed one. Okay, anyway, thank you so much for that gift. I think I saw 2 of them. You're glad for live tonight? Me too. Me too. Tina, yes, I've been missing lives because your weird work schedule. Yeah, that's hard. It's really, I don't know how people do it when their work schedules change, like from night shift to day shift. Not that you do that, but I know some people who had those. And, yeah, some people would do the night shift and then they'd do the day shift for a few weeks. Anyway, so glad for alive. Well, we're glad to have you, Tina. Thank you, Miss January. Thank you for the gift. Appreciate that. Appreciate everything. Tina, yes, I've been missing lives because I work weird hours. Let me see. And did I see Grace in here? I think I did. Tina, Miss January, Florida, Mary. There's Grace. Good to see you tonight. Welcome. Oh, you got some popcorn? You brought it for everybody. Well, thank you for the popcorn. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Say it out loud. Welcome. Yeah, this is a movie clip theater. It's not even a movie theater, it's a movie clip theater. I got the clips. And so tonight you can pick any clip that you want to see and I'll show it to you regarding the Whitakers, that is. Patrick, Eric, you name anybody and I will pull up a clip if you have a particular clip in mind, ask me and I'll probably find it. But I still don't know where that one with when they're on the porch. I have it somewhere. I just, that one I can't find. I didn't really look today. Seems like I'm busy all day, but I just really can't even tell you what I got done. Let's see. Yes, Caleb is the cash cow. Caleb won't even come in. He wants to be out by the kitties. He loves hanging out with the cats. It's just crazy. Thank you, Mary, for the 10 jewels. Sent hiding for 10 jewels. I see. Oh, Red Frog. Good to see you tonight, Red Frog. Hey, and hello. Let's see. Good to see you tonight. Just want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Before I get, yeah, Caleb. Not my monkeys, welcome. Good to see you tonight. Just making sure I didn't miss anybody. Kildy Legs, good to see you tonight. Welcome. Let's see, Red Frog, Florida Life in the Sun. So thank you everybody for coming. Yeah. Oh, sent 5 jewels for biscuits. Yeah,
I'll throw this damn thing right out the window. Is this better? Don't stop yet. Oh, why was it getting better? Was I going the right way? I don't know. I felt like I was off into a different planet. I ate edibles 2 hours ago. You thought they were kicking in? Put it on all chat, top chat. I have it on all chat. It's better. Great now. Okay. Oh my goodness. Well, like, was that like that the whole time? How long have I been on here? 12 minutes. Wasn't start them from the music? Okay. I mean, all right, now I'm cooking with gas. Okay. Wait, what? You're normal? Don't even go there. I'm not normal. Now that's ridiculous. I've never been normal. Hold on a second. All right, start from the music. Oh, it sounds so much. Okay, great. Did I just unplug my microphone? All right, that's better. That's weird. Okay, let's try that song again. The entire time? Even the music was underwater? You were laughing at me? What? Okay. You're lucky I couldn't hear you guys. All right, so, okay. Huh. Yeah, no, Caleb will, no, Caleb's not going to check me into. Anyway, back in this and that. Okay. Well, what I will do is I will cut out the first 13 minutes. I better write that down. Think I can remember that? Yeah, dozen minutes. How about that? Oh, and now my icon's all washed out to white. Goodness gracious. Oh, good. Okay. All right, I'm gonna have you listen to the song that I had at the beginning, and this song is gonna go into the intro of my my Whitaker series. Okay, because remember, since last fall, I've been saying that goodness. Okay. So yeah, so ever since last fall, I said I was going to do a series, like a mini series, little documentary of the Whitakers, right? Starting at the beginning. And hold on a second. And I just didn't do it. I haven't done it. And anyway, I thought, I'm going to start that, and it's going to be in chapters, right? And so I don't know how many it's going to take. Maybe 5 or 6. I don't know. How many chapters do you think are in the Whitaker story? I don't know, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. So anyway. So yeah, so I'm going to use this song. It is a copyright-free song. Is that it? Maybe. All right. Yeah, so this is a song that I'm going to use for it. And that's I played at the beginning, so you guys didn't even hear that. Okay, that's fine. All right. At least you guys said something. Because before I have gone like a half an hour before anybody said anything. So I'm glad when people say it right away. All right. Yeah, so this is music in the Creative Commons library for YouTube, and is copyright free. And this will be my intro song in my documentary. Each chapter is going to discuss what happened, at least from at least my point of view, at least. Anyway, all right, so here it is. It's called Autumn Sunset. So it's only like it's some intro song. It's only like a minute or something. So anyway. So yeah, I figured I'd play it at the intro tonight, but it was gargling and the sound was unbearable. Was actually frightening people. And so anyway, we'll play it ungarbled, because I'm sure it's much better ungarbled. Let's hear it. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. All right. I get it on pause. All right, we don't need. All right. So here it is. It's super weird. I got no sound. Anyway. And I'll get back into the comments in just a second. All right. So. Oh, I know. All right. I had the sound down. So. Yeah, so this will be in the songs to the intros to my each chapter of the Whitaker documentary. That's what it sounds like ungarbled. That will be the entry music to my each chapter of the Whitaker documentary that I am working on. Now, I don't know if the sound was good for that either because the speaker just seems to be screwed up. I've been having phone issues. Hold on a second. I've been just having weird phone issues, so I've been using my backup phone. Because my regular phone just doesn't want to take a charge. I had that problem a month or two ago, and it's doing it again now. So what are you gonna do? All right, so yeah, so as you can see by the title, I will cut that whole first part out, the gargling and whatnot, demonic sounds, and then hold on a second. So people on the replay don't have to sit through that like you guys had to. All right. So I'm gonna get back into the chat. I have recovered from the technical difficulties. It's insanity. It's insanity. It's the son of a preacher. Even the music will scare me. Okay, maybe I'll just skip forward to 13 minutes. I just cut out the 13 minutes. All right. Tie-dye Gammy. Well, thank you for the gift. And sorry I was out of the chat for a while. And what's a clapping seal? Hold on a second. Tie-dye Gammy. Clapping seal. Thank you for that clapping seal. I'm just learning how to stick this on the Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. All right, I just need to leave my hands off of stuff. Who has three? I don't have three tumblers. In fact, I've been limping along this tumbler because remember the other day I dropped it and it bent it. So now if I don't use a straw, it'll dribble down my chin in my shirt. It leaks now. So I have to use a straw. All right, I will listen to it. I'll try not to. So anyway, I don't know where I left off, but let me just make sure. Up yours, good to see you tonight. Welcome. Red Frog says I'm cooking with gas. I think this is about where I left off. Sounds much better. Okay, good to see you, Italian girl. Tammy Hunter, good to see you. See Italian girl. Who did I miss? Anyway. Tie-dye Gammy, good to see you tonight. I be fine. Daphne. Let's see, Red Frog. Am I missing anybody? I'm scanning. Kildy Leg, scanning. The cheese wheel, well, you're going to have to ask Robert Mast where that cheese wheel went. Because if there ever was a cheese wheel, which I know there isn't, but if there was, they should have split it up and gave everybody a hunk. It would have been only fair. And that, at least they could have potato chips and cheese with while they wait for the check they never got. All right. TNT. Having fun without me? Am I missing anybody? Let's see. Tie-dye Gammy. It was fun. I'd leave it to Grace. It was cute and fun. Okay. Please vote County Kathy to keep those minutes. All right. Hey, it's up to you guys. Because then it's fine with me. You know why? Because whoever watches the replay is going to hear. I was convinced and persuaded to keep all that scary stuff in the beginning. Hopefully they won't be scared off enough to see the rest of the live stream. Or maybe they can skip forward. Well, good to have you, tie-dye. All right. Laughter is the best medicine. Well, hey, Alicia, good to see you tonight, and good to see everybody. I hope I didn't miss anybody. So as you can see by the title, it says Friday Favorite Film Factory Festival. Pick a clip, any clip. So you guys can pick any clip you want, and I will pull it out, as long as it's not Timmy holding up the newspaper, because I can't find that one. I have it. You know I do. Yeah. So, yeah, I will do that. So, yeah, if anybody, we'll just have an open chat, but if anybody wants a clip to pull up, I will certainly be happy. I have hundreds and hundreds, possibly maybe 2,000, can't remember. That's why it kind of takes a minute to find stuff. I have them in categories, though, so sometimes the categories cross over, and sometimes I didn't mark it the way I should have, so. All right. So in the meantime, I will pull that up. I'd like to see the video of Patrick in the truck telling Betty all mail packages are at his house. Oh, yeah. Let me see if I can find that. If not, I did do a video on that. Didn't I? Pretty sure I did. I remember the look on her face, like, what the F? And you know what? You know what that shows? That shows that Patrick didn't even tell the Winnikers he was going to do that, because she was shocked that things were being sent to his house. Now, don't you think he would have said, hey, Betty, we're going to have people send you gifts. Do you want them sent to your house, or you want them sent to my house? Because, you know, his excuse was, well, we don't want the Whitakers to know where, we don't want everybody to know where the Whitakers live. When all you have to do is Google it. It's even on Google Maps. I'm pretty sure there's a red pin on it already. But it's so easy to find. Plus, listen, if we mail everything to your house, Patrick, it's pretty easy to see who your next door neighbor is. If we know where your house is, then we know where the Whitakers is, because they're across the road. Goodness. Literally steps up the road. So, I need to put the clips on a spinner, and we could each have a turn them up. Well, this was kind of a even better because it's rigged. You can pick the spot on the wheel. All right. I played roulette one time in when I went to Las Vegas, and I went there in 1995 with my friend from work, and we were in the hotel. We were going to go down to gamble, and I said, I want to try the roulette wheel. And then we were looking at, you know how they have all them magazines, or they used to, not magazines, but they're like newspapers and all the local stuff. Anyway, they had horoscopes in there, and they said something like, bet on red 26, and your lucky colors were red and blue. And I had a Minnesota Twins jersey that I was wearing, and red and blue, and I bet on red 26, and I kept winning and winning. And then, yeah, I just would bet on red. And anyway, whatever the horoscope was made me win so many times that, like, these guys in suits came over and were like standing around staring at me like I was cheating or something. Anyway, very uncomfortable. So, yeah, I left. But, yeah, and the other people around the table started betting on everything I was betting on. Like, I'd put my bet on something, and then they would put their bet on the same bet as me. And that got annoying too. And then it felt like I started to lose. And the pit people were looking at me. And it just got really uncomfortable. That was the only time I played roulette. And I'd never been back to Las Vegas again. It was the end of August, and oh my gosh, it was 111 or something. Like when we went outside, we had like 5 times we could blink our eyes before they dried out. Anyway, it was a little hot for me. Never seen anything like it. All right, let's see. Let's see. Let me. If I can find it, I gotta figure out what I filed it under. Wait. I always do that. So. All right. Let me see if it's under mail. I think maybe mail. No. I have, but I actually did a video about it, so I could find, if nothing else, I can find the video. But I know I did the video off of clips, so you know, if I did a video on it, I have clips that I did the video from. Let's see. Okay. That is funny. Let me see if it's under Patrick. Patrick's had a big file. Hold on a second. Patrick has exactly 200 clips for him. Let's see. That is funny. Hold on, I gotta get your guys' comments up because I can't see right now. When I'm looking through clips, I can't see the chat, so trust everything is okay. Hold on a second. All right, let me get my phone that won't really charge. I'm gonna try to use that one. 9%. Charging all day and it's at 9%. All right. Better than nothing. All right, so let's see what we got here. Patrick flip-flops on BG. Oh my gosh, look at these clips. Actually, that was an old clip, so let me go back, because that was one I got a long time ago. That's funny. Let's see. But I remember they were driving down the road. They had just picked up Timmy and Betty, and I can't remember who else. But Betty was, I think, in the front seat, but you could see the back seat too. So she's in the front or the back. And I remember the look on her face. Patrick said, "Yeah, we got some packages up there at my house." And she's like, "Huh?" He's like, "Yeah, you guys got some stuff mailed to my house." Basically, I can't remember what she said, but she was kind of confused, like, why did it go to your house? So obviously they didn't ask. And you know what else? I saw a clip last night where, remember, and I could pull this up right now too, but I don't want to get off track too much, but there was a clip where Patrick, you guys might remember, before Eric even was in the picture, at the very, very, very beginning, when he, in May, I think it was May or early June, Patrick goes down to the Whitakers in his truck. And he rolls down the window with the camera rolling, and he says, "Hey, Betty and Larry, I opened up a GoFundMe for you guys," and they look kind of confused, but they're like kind of happy. He goes, "Yeah," and then he lays down the rules, like what they're going to use it for. So, you know, you guys, because you know what happened last time, you know. So, anyways, treating them like children, and then it dawned on me, wait a minute. So also, he didn't even ask the Whitakers if he could open up a GoFundMe in their name. He went down, announced it, informed them that there's a GoFundMe in his name. I mean, for the Whitakers, but it's in his name. Go into his pocket. So I'm still looking. Let's see here. There's a lot. Yeah, so there's that. We're at 60 out of 200. My money's on Kitten Attack for sure. Oh, as soon as I signed off last night, I said bye. I hit the off, and within 2 seconds, 1000 glass shattered, and it was the kittens knocked off. They're on my counter, and they knocked off a glass canning jar that I had washed and put on a towel. And I don't know what the hell they did, but some ash. Soon as like within 1 or 2 seconds of me ending last night. So yeah, there's that. Let's see here. I have one called Patrick and wait. Patrick says it's all Eric's fault. I probably have about a library of those. And I probably have a library of Eric saying it's all Patrick's fault. Let's see. Let me see. If we're playing Stump Calendar Kathy, you might be stumping me right now because I'm trying to find that clip. Oops. She is keeping Cash Cow Kill, but yes, he's outside because I don't want him to know if he's getting any donations. He's so nosy. He checks my YouTube app all the time. All right. Let me see. Goodness. All right, Patrick. Here's the old. Now we're getting to the older ones. Oh man. Patrick. All right, now we're at 90 out of 200. Let's see. Pick a different one. Okay. Oh yes, I have another one up yours. If you think 2 cats hanging from a tree is bad, you wait till the video I put up later. I think I have 5 or 6 cats hanging from a tree. Yeah. I took a video of it. That's right. Miss January, thank you. That's it. I'm trying to do this on my phone and it's not really working. Show the clip where Patrick acts like he's pissing on Timmy. Oh, you want okay, that one I just saw that one. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. All right. Wait. Okay. Now that's the easy one. I can pull that one up in 2 seconds. Patrick piss. Does Patrick piss? All right. We have 2 under Patrick pissing on Timmy. Patrick pisses on Timmy. And Patrick pisses on Timmy. We got 2 of them. All right. So all right. That's a good one. All right. So let's check those out. I have those that actually like 5 seconds. I got those. All right. Yes. All right. Oh my goodness, there's so many. All right. So yeah, we'll watch that one. Pegs and use wash line. The wash line. I actually have a wash line hanging up, but I don't really use it. Once in a while. I'm on that indica and leaving in the bed. All right. I'd say it out loud. You know what I call indica? I call it in the couch. As you are in the couch when you're on indica. That's how you can remember the difference between sativa and indica. Sativa, which I prefer, but the indica you are in the couch for the rest of the day. All right, ready? Hold on a second. Now I don't have the demonic microphone hooked up, so I'm not sure how the sound's gonna be, you guys. It may be scary or demonic. I don't know. I'm not sure. There's so many buttons on this microphone. I'm not sure which one to turn to make it look to make it sound better. All right. You got your buttered popcorn? Nowadays, it's no joke. You don't use it to dry the kittens. Oh no. Actually, they hang in the tree voluntarily. I don't even have to do anything. They like hanging in the trees. Today, I think there's 5 or 6. One started playing in a fruit tree, and the fruit trees are perfect for kittens because they're low to the ground. They have lots of branches, and they're not very tall. Probably, I don't know, 10 feet. Whatever. And perfect for beginner kitties. And then another one came, and another one came, and I was videotaping. They're so cute. So I'm gonna put that up with probably some music. Waiting for the vid? Yeah, I know. I'm waiting for it to load. See, there. See, it's loading up right now. Patrick pisses on Timmy. Now he said he didn't. A bunch of people said he pretended to piss on Timmy, but problem is, still, why would you? Well, first of all, why would you pretend to piss on somebody, especially Timmy? Somebody's maybe mentally challenged or something. Who knows? But also, why is Timmy so convinced that he just got pissed on? If this is water, then why is Timmy so convinced he just got pissed on? So let's see. Yeah, this thing's my computer's kind of jacked. So just give me a second. It's overwhelmed right now. All right. A container to pop kernels in and melt the butter. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Nobody should ever put it in the microwave. It's terrible. Turns into, I don't know, cancerous, carcinogenic smoke or something. I don't even know. You just finish your popcorn? I saw somebody buy some cheese popcorn at the store today. And then the guy I was talking to that works there, me and him were talking, and a lady came up like almost right between us and grabbed the cheese popcorn. And the guy at the store goes, "Ooh, that stuff's good." And I said, "Yeah, I should get some." Yeah. So yeah, I almost bought some cheese popcorn today. It did look good. All right. It's still not loaded up, you guys. My computer's kind of jacked. I'll get another one someday. All right. It's actually done in the microwave. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't do the microwave. Oh my god, now that wants to verify it's me. Like, who the hell do you think it is? Goodness gracious, I'm doing a live stream on you. I'm doing a live stream on YouTube and they want to verify it's me. Like, are you kidding? Seriously? Because sometimes Caleb takes over. Oh my gosh, this thing is just fighting me like a boxing kangaroo. All right, hold on a second. I think I can. This extra layer of security helps you shut up. Extra layer. I'm in the middle of a live stream. You asked me to verify me right now. That's awkward. Hold on a second, you guys. I'm just gonna shut these off. Goodness. What a strange time to ask me to verify it's me. It has done it before, but yeah. All right, here it is. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, this thing's fighting me, man. Like a boxing kangaroo. That's funny. All right. All right, try it again. And
if I remember right, this clip I had to get off of somebody's channel who was speaking over the top of it, and I tried to cut out. What she was saying, but I haven't. So I have another one too. If this ain't it, I do have a better one. All right, let's see if we can get it up on the screen now. Oh my goodness, this thing is just biting me. Yeah. I don't know. Let's see. This thing is just locked up. He's saying she ain't giving me my treats. Oh, Caleb locked it up. After your entrance, we want to verify it's. Yeah. Oh, look. See, I looked away for a second and it said, okay. Right as soon as I lost interest in it, it's just, it wants to remind me it's still here. All right, there it is. I have two, so I don't know if this is the one that's uncensored. Let me see. There. Now you tell me if what he's saying. Okay, so you can't really see in this clip, but all his pants is wet here in the crotch area. It's just soaking wet. Let's see if we can get. Oh, no closed caption. Fine.
What? That's big. That's
Yeah. You want to see it again? Did you hear it? His chest looks shaved there. Yeah. Oh, you know what's funny? You know what's interesting about that? The funny thing is that his chest. Let me see his chest here, because there's another picture. Now this isn't very clear because you can't even see a nipple on there. So I don't think it's really clear. There might be hair on his chest, but because it looks like it's kind of pixelated. But there is a very clear picture of Timmy with shaving cream on his face, but hair on his chest. We'll show it one more time. So when he was at Patrick's and he had shaving cream on his face, he did have a hairy chest. Then he goes over with Eric and he comes back with it all shaved off. And I did more than one video about it. That's weird, especially when they're shaving all his body hair off and showering him twice a day, dressing him in baby clothes, and bringing him to a hotel with strange men from all over the country, where Timmy ends up crying to go home and calling 911 100 times. So, yeah, I thought it was just a weird combination of events.
what? That's big.
Now, hey, Nazarene, good to see you tonight. Welcome. Yeah, before Eric healed his head. Eric never healed his head because so I mean, if it's not pee, then why does Timmy think it is? Why does Timmy think he just got peed on? And he said, what did I do?
Not what did I throw on you or whatever, you know what I mean? I asked Patrick on several of his lives about Timmy's shaved chest, but he always skipped over my questions. Thank you. Not my mom, because I was wondering if anybody ever asked him about that. Timmy definitely thinks it's pee. He did. And why? I mean, if you who doesn't know why their lap is all wet? He's not guessing. They said, no, he didn't pee on him. Well, why does Timmy himself think that he's been peed on? And this isn't acting. I don't even think Timmy knows how to act. He knows how to repeat things that you said, but this is real. This is not acting. He really thinks he got peed on. Like I said, it's not really a good video. Let me see the other one I got. What is this one? 30 seconds. Yeah, I got a different one. Hold on a second. Maybe it might be a little more clear. Yeah. But he said, what did I do? And he was doing kind of nasty stuff with him. I'll show you. He was telling like Timmy to rub my feet. You know, he had his feet, bare feet, and he was telling Timmy to rub my feet. And then he told Timmy, smell your hands. And Timmy smelled his hands and almost vomited. All right. Here's a different one, minute and 17 seconds. This one, I think, is somebody that is talking about it. And I can't remember if there was, it was either Heaven's Baby or Behind the Wall or something like that. Can't remember her channel. Voices Behind the Wall or something. But somebody had this video, and that's why I got Grace gave it to me. Yeah, Timmy looked disgusted, and right. I just they were trying to say it was water. Patrick tried saying it's water, you know. And then they came and attacked me, saying you're wrong. It was water. Well, then why is Timmy convinced that it's pee in his lap? He knows what happens in his lap. I mean, everybody knows why your lap is wet. Anyway, he denied it. I mean, it's clear. As clear as day. Because I think I'm not sure, but I think Patrick was like doing things to humiliate Timmy for content. I think. Oh goodness. Anyway, to 1 second. All right, right here. So he was doing like all kinds of weird things. Where was this recorded? Well, it's at Patrick's house. It's at his house. It looks like it's in the bathroom to me. It looks like a shower curtain. It looks like he's in the bathroom. Where else do you shave your face? But they said, no, he was out on the porch. Why would he pee on Timmy when they're on the porch? Who said they're on the porch? You were going to request that next? The one with the weird stuff? Yeah. All right, ready for this one? This is... Hold on a second. This one is called... I labeled it Patrick and Timmy weird. Weird things with Patrick and Timmy. Oops. Now we might have closed caption on this one. Oops. Come on. Come on. All right. There we go. You see it? Got the closed caption. All right. Yeah, he was doing weird stuff.
Oh, sure.
Let me know how the sound is.
King, you got put on your back. You got put on your back. You put it on your back. That's put. Okay. You know what that is? 10 what? What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? Smell your hands now. King, smell your hand. Smell your hand. Price for you? Let's see what it is. Let's see what this thing got. Okay. Close your eyes. Don't open your eyes. Stay right there. What is that? It's spaghetti. Yeah. Miss Mandy.
Oh my god. Did you just see that? Oh my goodness. Let's try, oh, look at that again. They show the person, some man is laying in the bed with his underwear on. Boxers, I think.
Miss Mandy, your mama's made you that.
Yeah. Goodness. There was a lot of more. Patrick was laying in bed with him too. Yeah, at least he's got adult clothes on, Grace. You're right. Actually, I'm going to show you one. That I just clipped the other day. I'll show you. It's like my freshest Patrick clip that I have. He was excited about lasagna. Yeah, he was. I mean, who isn't, right? Love me some lasagna. All right, let's see this. This is the latest Patrick clip that I just clipped. Let's see. Yeah. And I'm going to show you something. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Believe me, leering at me. All right, here. So this is when Patrick was trying to convince. Oh, I should play this other one first. No, I'll play this one first. Remind me. I'll play the one where he says that. I have more than one video, but I got a video where Patrick says there is no abuse from BJ. It was all bullshit. He admitted there was never any abuse from BJ. It was all bullshit, made up. But
in this clip here, we have Patrick trying to convince, Patrick is getting on camera. He's documenting Timmy saying that BJ hit him in the head with the shoe. Now remember, there was an original story, only one story that we've ever heard out of the Whitaker's mouth, and that was a story where Timmy, the dog was attacking Timmy one day on the porch, and BJ threw a shoe at BJ threw a shoe at the dog to get it off for Timmy, and it accidentally hit Timmy. We heard that story from Betty. We heard that story from BJ himself. That's what happened. Two different, completely different times, completely different places. We heard that story twice. And if you look in Mark's old soft white underbelly videos, you will see that Timmy is always getting bit by the dogs. He sits on the dogs and the dogs bite him. He kicks the dog and the dog bites him. He was always getting bit by the dogs. And as a matter of fact, in the video where the trailer fire video where the trailer burnt down, in that video, they're all packed inside the house, and I'm pretty sure it's that video because they're inside the house, and I don't know what Timmy did, but the little dog bit Timmy right in the face, like chomped him right in the face, and Larry kicked the dog. This is all on Mark Soft White Underbelly video. And people are saying, well, look at Larry. He just kicked the dog. If you go back and look at them comments, people are mad because Larry kicked the little dog. But if you look before that, the little dog just bit Timmy in the face. And Timmy was holding his face like, ow. You know, he just got bit in the face. And that's why Larry was just pushing the dog away with his foot. But many times, Timmy was bitten and kind of rough with the dogs, and the dogs would bite back. So anyway, I totally believe the story because of that, because I've seen it over and over and over. And Betty told it one time, uncoached, and BJ told it a wholly different time, uncoached. That, yeah, the dog was trying to bite Timmy, and BJ threw the shoe at it. So knowing that is the truth. And then Eric and Patrick took that story and turned it into that BJ took her shoe off and was pounding Timmy on the head with it. That's what he told the courts. That's what he told Adult Protection. Completely twisted it. And that's the story that actually got the family taken away, which is a complete lie. So knowing that, he's going to say, did BJ ever hit you? And he said, yeah, in the head with the shoe. Yeah. So what he's about to say here will still apply to that original story. Yes, BJ hit him in the head with the shoe because she threw it. Anyway, but he's taken it out of context. And watch, I'm going to sharpen this up a little bit. I think we can do better than 144. We'll double that. Oh, more double. Okay, there we go. All right, now watch this. All right. You know, and it's so sad because Patrick sounds downright evil. Come here. And Timmy's sitting there. Timmy has no idea he's being videotaped. You know what I mean? I don't think he does. But Timmy has no idea. He thinks Patrick's, having fun with him. But Patrick's gonna make him confess on video that the way he's gonna word it, it's gonna sound like BJ abused him. So go ahead.
Come here. Come here. What did you say that BJ done to you? What did you just tell me that BJ done to you? What'd she do to you? Hit you? What she hit you with? A shoe? Okay. We'll take care of that. How about
We'll take care of that. Yeah, they're gonna get them removed from the home over these bullshit lies. You can watch it again.
Candy, come here. Come here. Come here. Hey. Hey. What did you say that BJ done to you?
Look at these kids.
What did you just tell me that BJ done to you? What did you do to you?
See, he's trained Timmy to call BJ a bitch, call Kenny an asshole, call Jason an asshole. So anytime he brings up BJ, bitch, because that's like a little kid, he got taught to call her a bitch. So when he hears BJ, he's supposed to say bitch. I mean, this is a family. Patrick's new in the picture. This is his family. This is Timmy's family. BJ's his cousin. He's lived practically his whole life with. Never had a problem till now. Not till they showed up. Kenny is his uncle. Jason is his cousin.
What did you say that BJ done to you? What did you just tell me that BJ done to you? What'd she do to you? Hit you? What she hit you with? A shoe? Okay. We'll take care of that. How about Candy, come here.
Okay, watch. Now I zoom in. I zoomed in. I'm zooming in on the people in the back. There is a woman there hanging on to a little baby, and there's a boy there about 7 years old, staring and watching this. Watch.
What did you say that BJ done to you? What did you just tell me that BJ done to you? What'd she do to you? Hit you? What'd she hit you with? A shoe? Okay. We'll take care of that. How about Candy, come here. Come here.
So when people
Come here.
want to say that Patrick didn't have anything to do with the abuse allegations and stuff, you're wrong. All right, he was right there. Fake restraining orders or fake eviction notices, telling everybody that the sheriff was out trying to find BJ to arrest her. That was all bullshit. In fact, I'm going to show you that after the family got taken away, he admits that it was all a bunch of lies. Now, my question is, Patrick, why don't you go down to the adult protection and tell them it was a bunch of lies? Because I'm sure they'd really love to hear that. And yeah, you're going to have probably some splaining to do, but hey, you need to come clean. It was a family that you destroyed. Hold on a second. Let me pull this up. Oh, shit. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. Potty mouth. Hold on a second. Keep doing it wrong. All right, there it is. All right. Let me just check in the chat real quick before I go any further. Tina doesn't just cringe out. Let's see. You're off to the shop in the morning. Yeah, he did, Red Frog. He just wanted approval. Yeah. Yeah, and to me, the only abuse that Timmy ever got was from Patrick and Eric, in my opinion. All right, so I'm just going to show you what I have on file here with Patrick and the abuse bullshit. Patrick's starting to say the BJ abuse story is changed is changed and it's not true. He admitted BJ was not arrested and there's no evidence of abuse. And then he said he doesn't have any of the Whitaker's money. Not anymore, he didn't. And then here he is, August 28th, though, he was going along with the abuse. Wanted BJ off the property, telling Lorraine, Eric and Patrick were trying to tell everybody that Lorraine, she's trying to tell us that Timmy and her are being abused. Like, okay. Pointing to her forehead means that her and Timmy are being abused. Okay. Patrick now says BJ never abused Timmy. Eric's on the ring cam planning to take Timmy. Right? Wow, that's that one. Here's one. Excuse. One second. Excuse why Eric raised money for the Airbnb. Here, Eric and Patrick just found out last week that everybody was being abused. And guess what week this was? This was the week of August 21st, and that was the week that they were getting their second big payday. All of a sudden, they just realized that everybody's being abused. The second payday from YouTube and all them big platforms. Yeah, let's hear it right out of the horse's mouth. Now it says BJ never abused anybody. Let's see what that is. Let me pull this up on YouTube. All right, let's see. You will share if I win. I'm working off your luck. You gonna win the lottery? That's cool. Patrick started out half decent. Eric put the silver in Patrick's brain. Yeah, and made it bad. Yeah. Elon is fun.
Is worse. So I have a question to ask. I don't know if you can answer this.
Uh-huh. This is Toddy asking him a question on a live stream.
So I have a question to ask. I don't know if you can answer this. But if you can, I would like you to answer it as honestly. Just go. No. You don't.
He's got the Pee Wee Herman laugh.
Do you think that BJ ever abused them? No.
Excuse me? What did you just say? Do you think BJ ever abused them? No. No, he doesn't. Even though he went along with it to the point where the family was taken away and never to come back again. They were so convincing that this family still has never been returned in a year. Good work, Patrick and Eric. Very, very good work. All right, so anyway, what were you saying about the abuse?
The Whitaker family. Do you think that BJ ever abused them? No. For the Whitaker family. Do you think that BJ ever abused them? No. Okay, thank you for that. I need to know. I don't think that. I think it's bullshit, and I think that it was verbally charged by Eric to get some kind of a high.
No, it's verbally charged by you two. We just saw one of many, 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 many clips. I could bring up clips all night till the sun comes up on how Patrick verbally charged all of it. Yeah, we just evicted BJ. She's now left this morning, 7 o'clock. We evicted her. Me and Eric, we just evicted BJ 7 a.m. this morning, and she's now driving around in her car. And she just, the police are out. The highway patrol is looking for her. Sound familiar, Patrick? That sounds verbally charged to me. All lies, you guys. Never happened. BJ was never evicted. Yeah, we evicted her, and we can hear no audio. All right, let me know if you can hear. So yeah, he helped everybody. He helped her convince everybody that this family was being abused. Now he's saying, no, they were never abused. It was just Eric doing the verbally charged. No, Patrick, you did it. You want me to pull up 6 hours of examples?
This is the Whitaker family. Do you think that Betty,
Thanks, Grace.
I mean, that BJ ever abused them?
No.
Okay, thank you for that. I need to know, I want to know.
I don't think that. Bullshit, and I think that it was verbally charged by Eric to get some kind of a hype up to cause chaos. And that's exactly what happened.
For the Whitaker family, do you think that Betty, I mean, that BJ? I need to know, I want to know.
I think that it was verbally charged by Eric to get some kind of a hype up to cause chaos. And that's exactly what happened.
He has to break up his family like this?
Sure he did. And his damn intention was to take Kenny back to Georgia. I don't
Yeah, and you were gonna split custody with him,
Well,
and it was the second payday that you guys didn't give him anything, so it's kind of a rush. Yeah, he was. He was trying to bring Timmy back to Georgia and split custody with Patrick. He knew. Yeah, he wanted to take the family apart. Yeah, he wanted to rip them apart. And you helped Patrick. He couldn't have done it without you. Like I said, call my bluff. I'll bring up 6 hours of examples how you helped them.
do you think he has to break up his family like this?
Sure he did. And his damn intention was to take Kenny back to Georgia. I don't know what it is.
Well,
Do you have any, what made you believe that? Was it through a text message or just his actions? Because we heard him say that he wanted to take, we did hear him say,
we did.
we heard him say, he wanted to take his, he didn't say content, but I'll say it the way I heard it. I want to take Timmy back. The way I'm taking my content back. Okay, let me tell you this. This is not hearsay, this is not bullshit talk. This is straight off my ring camera because Eric thought that I set my ring camera up at my light switch turns my ring camera on, but down is off and up is down is on, up is off. So he was down there talking to his wife on my porch talking about bringing Kenny back down there and trying to woo her to make sure that it was okay, that he could do stuff. So that's on camera.
Wow. Wow. You know, I'm sorry, but, you know, it is so clear that that would have destroyed Lorraine and that would have destroyed Timmy. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it would happen.
you know what I'm saying? Like, could Timmy really recognize home going away?
Yeah.
Is worse. So I have a question to ask. I don't know.
So there's that one. But all summer, well, you can evict someone by a note handwritten yourself, but you have to file it with the court, then it becomes enforceable. Maybe turn up clip audio a bit. All right, thanks. Yeah. The female is Toddy. You didn't hear the audio? Does anybody want me to play it again? Does anybody want me to play it again? I'll play it again. Otherwise, I'll move on to another one. Because there's plenty. Let's see, what else is it? Yeah. Yeah, here's another one where he's saying it's bullshit. Oh, the other one was Lady K. It's Toddy and Lady K. The two voices. All right. So now, after the family's taken, no, Kathy, we can't hear. Oh, you can't? All right. Hold on. Hold on a second. All right. I'll turn it up. See here. A second. Good. All right. All right. Hold on a second. Clip started playing. My next one. Hold on a second. All right. Need that one to stop. All right. All right. Yeah. All right. I'll turn it up. Bring on a kitten attack. Actually, you know what? They're all outside right now. There is not any cats in my house right now. They had a big dinner too. They had cat food, and I mixed it chicken broth with the cat food. Then and it was in a big kettle because there's a lot of strays and stuff. And then I put in a can of tuna and I stirred it all up. Oh my god, they loved it. Because I try not to give them dry food, even the strays. You know what I mean? Now it's got you should always add something to it so it's not dry, because that's how they get crystals in their urine and they get diabetes and all that other stuff. So anyway, made up this big concoction, and oh my god, the cats loved it. Yeah, they probably eat about 3 pounds a day out there. But anyway, they love the tuna. Today I thought, let's throw in a can of tuna and kick it up a notch. So they really like that. So anyway, they're so fat right now. They're laying out on the sidewalk with their strays. All kind of, and Caleb, the strays, and my cats and the kittens are all chilling out there with toothpicks and they're picking their teeth. Okay, you guys, can you hear it this time? Can you hear me now? All right, we'll do it again, okay? And there are subtitles on this screen, so let me know if you can hear it. I turned it up.
I would like to answer this honest.
Just go.
No, you don't. Do you think that BJ ever abused them?
No.
The Whitaker family. Do you think that BJ ever abused them?
No.
Okay, thank you for that. I needed to know. I wanted to know.
I don't think that. I think it's bullshit, and I think that it was verbally charged by Eric to get some kind of a life up chaos. That's exactly what happened.
Do you think that BJ ever abused them?
No.
Okay, thank you for that. I needed to know. I wanted to know.
I don't think that. I think it's bullshit, and I think that it was verbally charged by.
Patrick, did you ever tell the Adult Protection this? No. I will bet money you didn't.
To get some kind of a life up to cause chaos. That's exactly what happened.
Hey, Rachel.
Do you think he meant to break up his family like this?
Sure he did. He had his damn intention was to back Kenny back to Georgia. I don't know what he said.
Oh,
Do you have any, what made you believe that? Was it through a text message or just actions? Because we heard him say that he wanted to take, we did hear him say.
we did.
the sound is bad. All right. Now I'm gonna try to plug in the microphone. Okay. Let's see what happens now. All right. I'm gonna fiddle around with it for a minute because it's important that you. All right. What is that? Okay. All right. I'm gonna test the sound. Audio's cool. Okay. How is this? Test, test, test. Is it better? Is the audio better? Is the audio better? I'm gonna test this. Crap. All right. Robot. Hold on. Oh, I'm coming in clearly, but the clip is not. Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. Yeah, this clip in particular. Play the video. Yeah. Your audio is fine. It's the audio. Okay. Is it okay right now? All right. Now this particular clip might be because I'll tell you, this was never have sound. Clips that get bits and pieces. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember this day when I videotaped. It was during the day and I was doing something outside and I ran in and yeah, okay. All right, so let's maybe just look at the closed caption. Let's try it, okay?
Say it. You want to take his he didn't say content, but I'll say it the way I interpret it. I want to take Timmy back, but the way I'm taking my content back with me.
Okay, well, let me tell you this. This is not hearsay and this is not bullshit talk. This is straight off my Ring camera because Eric thought that I set my Ring camera up, that my light switch turns my Ring camera on, but down is off and up is down is on and up is off. So he was down here talking to his wife on my porch, talking about bringing Timmy back down there and trying to woo her to make sure that it was okay, that he could do so. So that's on camera.
Wow. Wow. I'm sorry, but, it is so clear that that would have destroyed Lorraine and that would have destroyed Timmy.
Yeah, I mean, it would have.
You know what I'm saying? Like, could Timmy really recognize, I'm going away from?
Yeah, but again, well, thank you. I'm glad it's working. Okay, good. Glad the sound is perfect. Thanks. And we could tweak it a little bit and it would we could figure it out. Teamwork makes the dream work. All right. So as you can probably hear now, Patrick saying, no, it was all just verbally charged. It was, no, there was no abuse. In fact, all right. As a matter of fact, oh wait, I was going to, wait a second. I think I played this one recently. The flip-flop one. I got a couple more. I remember that video where Patrick said there was no, but yeah. But him and Eric worked very hard to convince Adult Protection that there was abuse, right? I mean, that's what they worked on day and night. thick as thieves. All right. Patrick flip-flops on BJ.
And
Oops.
one of the things I heard earlier that people were wanting to know is if we get this new house, if they're gonna let BJ move into the old house, and I'm sure that's not gonna happen, but. No, I think it's gonna be written in, it'll be written in the contract.
Wow, this sound is really bad on this one. That's coming right out of here. Sound is really bad. But, okay, so let me know if you can hear this one. And this one is Patrick flip-flopping. Again, Patrick, Eric says, now people say, if we build this house, we're not going to let BJ live there, right? Or in the old house. Like, yeah, like they got say over that. And I thought, that's so dumb, because if they built the house, what are they going to do if BJ moves into it? Take the house back? I mean, it doesn't make no sense. But Patrick said, yeah, we're going to put in the contract that if BJ is anywhere near the property, that we're going to take the house back or something. It doesn't make no sense. But I know the sound is bad on this, so let's see if you guys can hear it. Wait, you know what? The dog is dreaming and he's barking in his sleep. I never know if I should wake him up or not. Maybe it's a good dream, maybe it's a bad dream. I don't know. All right, so here you go. Let me know if you can hear it, but I do have the closed caption on. Yeah, BJ was calling them out. BJ was telling the family to distrust Eric. Eric could not have that. That's right. She was an obstacle from the beginning.
And one of the things I heard earlier, Patrick, people were wanting to know is if we get this new house, if they're gonna let BJ move into the old house, and I'm sure that's not gonna happen. But no, I think it's gonna be written in. It'll be written in the contract that whenever they get this new house, that right. If they decide that they want to let BJ live in that new house, then they forfeit the new house.
People talk about Larry and how bad he is and all that kind of stuff. We all fall short, but there's nobody in this world that, even though his daughter is on drugs and stuff, nobody should ever have the option that it's either your daughter goes or we don't build you a house. So, it's kind of like a control tactic.
But you were right there with Eric. The control test. See how after him and Eric break up, then it changes his tune. Yeah, nobody's got a right to tell BJ she can't live there. Well, that's not what you told everybody here.
One of the things I heard earlier, Patrick, people were wanting to know is if we get this new house, if they're gonna let BJ move into the old house, and I'm sure that's not gonna happen. But no, I think it's gonna be written in. It'll be written in the contract that whenever they get this new house, that right. If they decide that they want to let BJ live in that new house, then they forfeit the new house.
People talk.
You know how stupid that is? Especially when BJ is the heir to that property. You know what I mean? In fact, BJ's got every right to that property as much as the rest of them. So when Larry dies, she inherits his part. Well, thank you, TNT. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, good at Town Girl, because I was starting to think we had more problems. All right, thank you. Yeah, so any other ones you want to see? Yeah, he really did an about face after they broke up, after the breakup. So for him to play the victim, and that's why I get pissed off when he tries to play the victim. I mean, give me a freaking break. So here, because Patrick, under videos for Patrick, 200 videos for Patrick. So yeah, Patrick, I got the goods here. So stop trying to be a victim and pretend you didn't know anything was going on. Yeah. Do they know it's illegal to change a contract in the middle of a deal without consent all parties? Yeah, and they didn't even have a contract yet. And what are you going to do if BJ comes back in a year and lives there because she lives there? What are they going to do? Then it belongs to Patrick and Eric. All right. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah. That's so funny. All right, let's see. They had no say in deciding who can and cannot be in that. I know. Can you believe that? Look up psychopath and you'll see Eric. Yeah, right. When it comes to forgiveness, Patrick would be considered Eric totally dismissed. Right, but Red Frog, the problem is with forgiveness, the person you're forgiving should admit that they've done wrong. Yeah, we can forgive them, but I would really like to see Patrick admit he hasn't admitted he's done anything wrong. And that's no different than Eric. Eric's the same. Eric hasn't admitted he's done anything wrong. Same with Patrick. They're blaming each other. Yeah. Huh. It might be kind of off subject here. We should play this one right here. Yes, in the dictionary. And Austin is bad, but some are especially evil. Yeah, that's for sure. Still waiting on Caleb? Yeah, he's out with the kitties. Yeah, he just loves it out there. When I get off of here, the other dogs will go out, and then I'll kind of just herd him in with the rest. I'll tell him I have a treat, because I do. I have treats here for him. I have these treats for the cats, too. They get treats, too, but this is the party mix for cats. Party mix. And it has...
that narrative and drama was going to start.
And
They had promised,
they really like the catnip one. This one is beachside crunch party mix with ocean whitefish and flavors of shrimp, crab, and tuna. But they really like that. They really like the catnip one, the catnip treats. All right. If anybody doesn't have any another suggestion, I'm going to play this one here because this is what I was talking about the other day when Eric and Mark Douche are mad, and they're mad because Beckley and Corporal Gilkes and all the investigators. Well, Eric thinks that he should have been cleared as a suspect. He handed the Whitakers over on a silver platter to the county. They extracted them. They placed them. Well, actually, Douche here calls it snatch and place. They grab a family out of their homes and they place them somewhere for $10,000 a month. You have 6 cats and 58 chickens. My limit to animal. 6 male cats. Yeah, they're expensive, that's for sure. But I just can't imagine living without them. And the cats, I could do the last one. And Mark Douche. Thanks, Sammy. It's so funny because I hear a lot of people call him Mark Douche because that's his name. He named himself. And if you look up Mark in the dictionary, I mean, if you look up douche in the dictionary, you'll see Mark Esco's picture. All right. So anyway, but I wanted to show this one because this one, this is when they're mad because the investigators, they thought that they were going to pat him on the back for handing the Whitakers over so easily for them, making it easier to turn in the Whitakers. Then they were going to hand Timmy off, pass him over to Eric so he can take him back and get rich off of him. And, the hell with everybody else, right? But that didn't happen. He helped him get the Whitakers out of their home and extract them and snatch in place or whatever they called it. But it went wrong when Eric wasn't handed Timmy over. Because I'm sure Timmy probably, communicated well enough with the APS staff that he doesn't want to go with Eric. And they probably figured out very quickly, I don't blame you. So, let's listen to this. This is where they're very mad that they didn't get cleared. And he's still not cleared, Eric, so stop saying you're cleared.
Going to happen to make sure it is.
Oh, and by the way, if Eric was cleared, remember before he said he's going to sue anybody that says he hasn't been cleared? But here he is, mad because he hasn't been cleared. So which is it?
Happened.
Let me know if you can hear it.
Remember what they were saying they were going to do to make sure that happened?
Yeah, I'll go right down the list from APS to local West Virginia news to the New York Post. APS was going to put out a press release that you had no involvement in what them and the state investigator did when they went and did the seizure on that Friday.
Which is true. I was getting the blame for it, but Patrick.
Snatch in place is a ring of the CIA. Are you kidding? Because you know what? Mark Douche there on the right, that's what he was calling it. He was calling it snatch in place, and he said that they get like 10 grand for each one that they snatch in place. And then he said, Mark Douche said that he's been involved in this for years. They've been through a bunch of these. Like, oh, wait a minute. What do you mean you've been through a bunch of these? And remember, in one of them, the husband of somebody died when they were snatched in place, and some guy died. Anyway, this is a job. Is this like an occupation? What do you mean you've been doing it for years? And I thought Eric never heard of adult protection. How can you guys be doing this for years, yet you've never heard of adult protection? This makes no sense. All right. Anyway, yeah, really. Interesting, Red Frog. Well, they do own Google. They own it all.
Local West Virginia news to the New York Post. APS was going to put out a press release that you had no involvement in what them and the state investigator did when they went and did the seizure on that Friday.
Which is
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did you hear what he just said? He said West Virginia was supposed to put out a post that you had nothing to do with the snatch in place, when Eric has been sitting there bragging that he had everything to do with it. It was him. He said he's proud of it. In fact, he said he was waiting down the emergency room. It was him. He was like the orchestrator of everything. And so they're mad because West Virginia didn't put out a press release saying that Eric wasn't involved in any of this. That makes no sense. The state investigator did when they went and they did a seizure on that Friday.
Did the seizure
Actually, it was on a Monday.
on that Friday.
Which is true. I was getting the blame for it, but Patrick went and put out a video on his Ring camera of where him and Betty then accused me of it, and then
Oh, interesting. He's saying that he's getting blamed because of that Ring cam. Patrick put out that Ring cam, unless he's talking about him being snatched. And then, yeah. Oh, you guys, they're accusing me of wanting to adopt Timmy because of that Ring cam where he said, I want to adopt Timmy. Oh my gosh. And Betty then accused me of it. Yeah, that's exactly what you were doing. How can he sit there? I mean, it seems like he's mentally ill. Because how can you sit there with a straight face and try to tell everybody you had no plan on taking Timmy when all you've talked about was taking Timmy? I mean, goodness. And then Betty accused me of it. And then APS and the cop, both. The one.
APS and the cop, the one that had went and tried to serve, the court order, like for the protective order.
Yeah.
When they said that, it was like, this had nothing to do with it.
Oh, I see. Because the cop was the one who served the order. Eric had nothing to do with it. I mean, how can he sit there and say this? How can he say he has nothing to do with it? But he's been bragging for months that he's the one who did it all. I mean, this is just crazy.
The protective order.
Yeah.
When they said that, it was like, this had nothing to do with it. This had everything to do with you letting BJ back on the property. And he posted that, and I was like, he doesn't know this, but thank you, Patrick. I think people are blaming me for something that they didn't do, and I think he was too. He didn't know. I mean, it was right there on the video. I'm telling him, like, this didn't have anything to do with it.
Oh, talking about the Ring cam. The Ring cam, when they were taking Timmy and Timmy's screaming, the dog's barking, it's hard to hear. It was such chaos. Lots of screaming and stuff. But you could hear the APS girl say, hey, everything changed when you brought BJ back. And Eric said, of course, if BJ comes back, the family's going to be taken. To me, that sounds like he knew it and he planned it. In my opinion, he was purposely gone on Thursday the 4th. He left on the 3rd, came back on the 5th. He was purposely gone on the 4th. Told Betty, I'm going to be out of service. You can't even call me. And when he comes back Friday, he knows that BJ's back in the picture because she's got every right to. The restraining order he fought tooth and nail for, like life and death for, he just let that slide. And so when BJ came back, Eric knew damn well that the family was going to be taken. Because what they did is they gave, because of all these reports that Eric had everybody make, they said, okay, then the dangerous family member has to leave. And if the dangerous family member doesn't leave, then the 3 vulnerable ones do. Somebody has to go. Either the dangerous one that you're convinced everybody is BJ is dangerous. So either BJ has to go or the family has to go. And so Eric said, what did you think was going to happen? Betty, I told Betty, what did you think was going to happen if BJ comes back? I don't think Betty knew. I don't think Betty knew that anything was going to happen. Figured you were going to finally go home. Maybe they'd have peace and quiet for a minute. But I know Betty didn't know that the family was going to be taken if BJ comes back. But Eric did. Damn right he knew that. And now he's sitting here saying he had nothing to do with the family being taken. Yet he said he was in cahoots. He was there every day. We saw it. We heard it. It was recorded. Even when he didn't even know it was recording, we heard it. And so for him to sit here and say we had nothing to do with this is bizarre to me.
They knew this was coming at me.
Well, the state investigator even cooperated because APS is like, okay, you helped us with this. We have a stack that APS gave us on Patrick's background. We didn't get that by,
What does that have to do with anything? And did he just drink from 2 tumblers? I think he did. Caught it out of the, I caught it out of the corner of my eye. I think he just drank out of 2 tumblers.
You helped us with this. We have a stack
Glue, 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 glue.
that APS gave us on Patrick's background. We didn't get that by
Bloop, 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 bloop. Did you see that?
our own.
Did you see the 2 tumblers? All right.
You helped us with this. We have a stack.
Tumbler number 1, the smaller of the 2 tumblers with no straw.
That APS gave us on Patrick's background. We didn't get that by
Tumbler number 2, the larger of the 2 with the straw. Go ahead there.
our own. They gave us
Nobody
this
noticed.
criminal background, and you did a podcast on it
Wow, that's Patrick's criminal background. Big fat stack of papers.
in the hotel when we went out of town. We're literally
I think it's the same stack of papers every time. If they talk about the permits, he holds up that stack of paper. Oh, here's all the permits. They talk about Patrick's record, he holds up that stack of paper. Oh, and then they wanted me to adopt him. Oh, grab the stack of papers. Here's all the adoption papers. I think that's just a prop. Every time he wants to prove something, he grabs that stack of papers and pretends it's whatever he says it is.
out of town in another hotel because of the press, because of Charlie, and because of what happened at the ER. And they're the ones who gave us that list of Patrick's background. We started looking into what he's done in West Virginia, what he's done in Florida, and we're like, okay, this guy's been a scam artist his entire life. And we were leaving. APS asked us to stay. APS said, we're going to put this, press release out. And then we're reading all the West Virginia outlets are saying both.
Eric's fanning through Patrick's criminal files over there.
Police out. And then we're reading all the West.
Because Patrick's such a scammer and a con man. Ain't that right, guys? Yeah, you don't know nothing about that, do you? Pot calling the kettle black.
West Virginia outlets are saying both of you are being investigated. The New York Post is basically hammering weekly that state investigator. Who are you investigating? Who are you investigating? He's like, I'm only bringing charges against Patrick. The investigator was the one who went out for that restraining order. And then APS said, hey,
The investigator went out for the restraining order? That's weird.
guys would like to talk to you. We went and we sat with that guy for 2 hours and a sheriff and did a recorded conversation.
Okay, so we sat with a recorded conversation with 2 hours with those investigators, and guess what? Then they got mad. Eric and his buddy here, Mark Douche, said that, I don't care if you don't believe us about the Amish story, and leave Robert Mast alone. I hope they got a hold of the Amish bishop. His name is Samuel Chupp, Chupp, in case the investigators want to get a hold of him. He's in Parisburg, Virginia. He's apparently the bishop of the community. Yeah, Samuel Chupp, bishop.
So if we had anything to hide, we would.
So Kathy, APS gave Eric a copy of Patrick's background check. Yeah, that is weird. Actually, I think what they're trying to say is the investigator gave him that big stack of papers. Now, somebody said that investigator came to the Airbnb. And the investigator had like a grudge against Patrick or something. I heard stories. But apparently they had gone, that the cops were in the Airbnb with Eric planning on taking the Whitakers and all this other stuff. I often thought that Eric really didn't go to the Amish those days. He said he never went live. Yeah, it's right. And well, I don't think he did at all either. And the only thing they brought back with them was the Amish cheese curls, and we never saw the big maca cheese. They brought back something from the store in Parisburg, which all of us could go in and grab something. That proves nothing. And then they had the pictures of them inside that that Amish mill that makes coffee tables. That's all they had. And that's the business card that they have. So I found the pictures and matched it up with the business cards that they had. So all they did is they went to the store, the Amish store, and then they went on a little tour in town. And this is in town. It is that coffee table place where they're making the coffee table out of slabs of wood. And they'd like carve out the middle and put some blue epoxy or something in there. It made it look like a river or something. Really expensive stuff. Is it legal for a police officer to print Patrick's criminal record? Give it to her? Yeah, I don't even think he did that, Kildy Legs. I mean, maybe, but why? Why would they? And you know, I've seen Patrick's criminal record, and really, it's probably about 12 things for Raleigh County. And so that would fit on 2 pages. You know what I mean? I think it's all for show, and I think it's a prop when he holds up a big stack of papers, like, you know, an inch thick of papers. I don't know. And why would he? Why would he? Anyway, none of it makes sense. He could be looking at his tax returns for all we know. Yeah, right. His past due to money he owes. Damn, I only have rolling papers. You don't have a big stack of papers of Patrick's criminal record? Thought everybody did. Yeah, the cheese wheel. I'm eating cheese right now, but alas, it isn't Amish cheese. Aw, Tammy. You gotta get that big block of cheese. Yeah, he would have. He would have shown. You're damn right. He would have shown it. Yeah. I think he knew BJ was already on the. Yeah. It's only 49 miles away. Why 3 days? Exactly, Florida Life. Why 3 days there? Because he had to be gone during the 4th. So there's 0 chance that Betty's going to go to that restraining order. Then he can come back on the 5th, know that the restraining order is missed, and know that the family will be taken as soon as BJ pops her head up. And I think what happened is they planned on doing it that morning. And when they went over there, they made it sound like the Amish said that they were going to do it, although they never did. They never said, yeah, we're going to build it. According to Eric, they said they were going to pray on it. And John said, oh, that means it's a for sure. Like, okay. Then you get kicked out of the Amish there, John. I doubt he even knows the rules. Yeah, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Oops. Yeah. And I'm going to show you something on that day. This is how cold-blooded Eric is. So he tells everybody that, oops, crap. So Eric tells everybody that the Amish are going to build the house that Friday morning. And he plans on imploding it by evening, right? Because he's just going to take Timmy and run. But he wants that money rolling in. So as soon as he announced it in the morning, he can spend more money. Thank you for the treats, TNT. And so by evening, he calls off the thing. And I think that they went there in the morning to do the photo ops. Yeah, Amish said they're going to do it. To make it look like, oh, we were that close. No, we weren't screwing off all summer and nothing was going to happen. We had the permits and everything. You know, they're
been about to break ground, and BJ ruined it, and Betty ruined it, and Larry ruined it. That's what they want you to think. But in the meantime, after he cancels the house and cancels everything, because he knows he's not going to get Timmy. Here's what I believe Eric said. We can do it the easy way or the hard way. The easy way is just hand over Timmy. Nobody will get hurt. Or we can do it the hard way, where I'll have them all taken away. I'll take Timmy that way, and then you'll all be broken up. But it didn't work. So here's one. That evening, they continued to take in money. People in the chat were saying, stop sending money. They're not building the house. But they were continuing to take in money. And Dwayne was hiding all the big ones. The $100, $200, $300. One person, about $400, donated $400. And all they did was hide those and showed the $2 ones. Now this Blade Walker guy is dying. He's terminal. He's got just a few weeks to live. So he's giving his money away, and he's giving it to the Whitaker's house. And does Eric say, oh my God, we can't take this money? No, he took it. He took the money from the dying man, knowing there's no house. He should have said, no, you guys, stop sending money. He should have said, hey, Dwayne, go in the settings and turn off the super chats or whatever. Nope. And so watch how he gladly takes a dying man's money. This is just so sick. How evil is this? Make sure I got the enough pixels. Let's see, what do we got? 360, that might be enough. We'll do 480. We don't want it too, we don't want it too clear, that's for sure. All right. Let me know again if you can hear it. Hey everybody, this is Kathy. Welcome back. Oops. Oh, this is a video that I did. Is this a video? Huh. Actually, this is not even public. I must not have even posted this. All right. Donation. I didn't even put this video out. No conscience at all. Took the money more than once. Took. Yeah, you tell her, calendar girl. That this is a dying man. Now here's another $5. And this was only seconds later. And this man gave Eric money all night because he thought the house was going to be built. And Eric called it off already. But Eric continued to take donations for several days after he said he's not going to build the house. And still took donations for it. Tumbler number one with the straw. The sound's really bad on this. Blade Walker has weeks to live because of end-stage liver and kidney disease. And Eric's going to just keep taking that dying man's money. Not even upset about it.
Liver and kidney disease, and that is after 2 transplants. Find joy in all things throughout the stress guy. Puts all in perspective.
Not for Eric.
Thank you, Blade. You know what? That is really inspirational to see. Even
it's very inspirational to take money from a man who is about to die for a scam. After he broke up the family, robbed them, lied to everybody, falsely accused everybody, and it's inspirational to take money from a dying man for a cause that is fraudulent.
You know what? that is really inspirational to see even in here interacting like that, knowing that, you know, it's nearly, and I appreciate that. I truly do. And I hope everything goes well for you, but
Goes. He just said he is about to die. No conscience whatsoever. Yep, it's weird. I never put that video up. There's a bunch of videos I never put up. I just notice once in a while when I dig through here. What if Eric is important to the deep state? How did he have so much connection to the... That's true. There's something weird going on there. There's something weird that Eric would have that much pull in a state he's never even been in before. I mean, is this like some type of trafficking? You know what I'm saying? Do Sprout and Lazarus get treats? Yes. They all have to be exactly equal. Everybody gets the exact same amount of treats. Unless one is in the house and the other ones aren't, then I can sneak one of them something. But if they're looking or if they're around, yeah, they all have to have the exact same. Or I get called out on it. The house was never a plan, but taking Timmy was. To his home for a cash cow was the plan. Even if the rain went to APS. Yes, I do believe that he was going to make them collateral damage. He knew they'd end up in a home. He said, "What do you think was going to happen?" Yeah, actually, my dogs are on my videos almost every day when I do a video. Yeah. Yeah, sir, thank you. That's Sir Littles. Sprout and Lazarus, click, boys. Yeah. Yeah, Sprout's always behind me here, usually. No, actually, he's on the couch. I think he's the one that's snoring over there. Snoring and barking in his sleep. Yeah, so that's Eric taking money from a dying man who has just days to live. Thank you. I find that very inspirational. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Inspirational. What? Yeah, here, I'm going to put... I don't even know what this one is. Let's see what this one is. Oh my gosh. They're doing the Thelma and Louise pose here. Eric with Timmy. Bohemian Rhapsody. I mean, goodness. You know. And I don't think he even treated Timmy very nice, to be honest. I heard Mark Douche yell at Timmy the day they got back from the Amish. They put up a video and then he took it down, so I only got like a clip of it, but and I would have to find it. But Eric was doing a video about how it was fun at the Amish and they got to see all kinds of things and they had good cookies and stuff. He was like outside walking around. This was before he went over and didn't get Timmy. They said, because that Friday, Betty said, "Bring Timmy home." And he said, "Is he still going to go to Georgia with me tomorrow?" And they said, "Just bring him home." And then when they brought him home, they said, "No, you're not bringing him with Timmy with you tomorrow." And that's when Eric blew up and lost his mind. So I just found out I got no rights to Timmy. Like, what? You've known him 2 weeks. Why would you have rights to anybody? Oh my goodness. Betty trying to get rights to, a kid he actually, has. Yeah. And that's, in fact, that is that blue shirt that he blew up, and I'm pretty sure it's that shirt. But anyway, but yeah, he was mad. when he left there. But anyway, when they first got back, they had Timmy at the Airbnb. They were outside, and Eric's doing a video, and Tim, you could hear Timmy in the background. And then Mark Douche said, "Timmy, knock it off." I go, "Whoa, dude. Timmy, knock it off." Like he was 5 years old, you know what I mean? Coloring on the wall or something. Real rude. Anyway.
Would it be possible to maybe have the paperwork almost completed, to wait on the signatures or something like that?
Yeah. This is when he's discussing, now, Patrick thought he was talking to his wife. I don't know if he's talking to his wife. I'm thinking more that he's talking to his mother, because his mother is the one who wanted Timmy. The mother is the one who adopts people. The mother is the one who had all these adopted, disabled adults her whole life. Remember, her and the dad. And the mother is the one who promised Timmy if they come to Georgia, she'll get him a bunch of boyfriends. Girlfriends. Eric will get you a bunch of girlfriends. You know, you gotta come to Georgia. Come, and I'm your nana. I'm your new nana, and all this bullshit. And I even have a clip where Eric's mom said, Eric said, "My mom, we used to gather around on holidays and watch Whitaker videos." Like, okay. Yeah, when everybody else is watching, It's a Wonderful Life or whatever, Christmas Story, they are watching Whitaker videos. And every year, my mom used to say, "I want that one. If I could pick one, I would pick Timmy." Like, that's weird. Anyway, so the mom is all in on adopting Timmy. So I think it was the mother, Eric's mom, that he's talking to. Can you have, in fact, think about this. If the mother is getting those papers ready with little sticky notes on it for the signatures, remember what Eric held up? Remember he showed everybody the adoption papers with all the stick-it notes on it? Yeah, I think those are the ones that he's talking about right now getting. Can you just get those adoption papers, have them all ready so I can just sign them? Yeah, I think he's talking to his mother.
Would it be possible to maybe have the paperwork almost completed, to wait on the signatures or something like that? I don't know. I'd like for you guys to have it just in case I could say yes. But I'm leaning more towards maybe like co-guardianship with Patrick. I would take over guardianship of the family. Well-being and all that, I would be fine with.
Remember, he told us that there's different types of guardianship. You can be in charge of the person, or you can be in charge of the money. He wants to do both.
It was fair. You could be with me for a month and Patrick. Or, you know what I mean.
And when does he get to see his family?
I think it could work. But only after if something happens to Becky and Lorraine. Would it be possible to maybe have the paperwork almost completed, to wait on the signatures or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He thought it was all set to go. Good to go. I still think it's funny Eric went to the hospital to give the staff a drink. Yeah, right. Yeah, he's going to show the emergency department how to put lotion on Ray's knee. Because, they didn't learn that in school. Or, their whole life. I may be drunk. It's 5:45, and, well, that means it's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's 5 o'clock where you are. Yeah, 5:45 a.m. That's a late one. I'll dip out then. Let's see. Yep, Frog can't stand him. You remember that? All right. Let's see. Up yours on not being bad. Yes, I think so. Well, Tammy Hunter, me too. I couldn't watch him. I just missed the vids until I saw Kathy talking on it. Up yours, you have my respect. You interact. Kathy? Wait, Tammy. He was writing off Mark L. Oh, absolutely he was. He was trying to be Mark L so much, but you know what? He never did anything that the Whitakers wanted to do. And you know, I said a long time ago, why don't you ask them, what would you like to do? They already had the haircuts. They already did the bowling. I'll tell you what, their funnest time I ever saw Whitakers have was when they went to the county fair. I can't remember if it was a county fair or a state fair. I think it was a state fair. It was. In fact, it says right on Mark's video, I think it's the state fair, West Virginia State Fair. And it was like 45 minutes away or something like that. But Mark brought them. Mark brought all of them. And they had a blast. Lorraine went on rides. It was crazy. Lorraine went on the swings, if you know what that is. Hell, I wouldn't go nowhere near that thing. They ain't falling for that again. But they went on rides. They played the games where they won animals, and Timmy was on the Ferris wheel with the pretty girl and Mark. Kenny was there. They had a blast. You know, and it's funny because Ray was there all day at the fair, never pissed his pants, never crapped his pants. In fact, he went into the men's room and relieved himself. And but anyway, they had a great time. And when they had such a great time that Lorraine was kind of walking a little crooked when she left from all the excitement. She was throwing darts at the balloons, and she was on those crazy rides. And anyway, so they that's what Patrick and Eric should have done. They should have brought the Whitakers to that state fair, because the state fair is in August there. I'm pretty sure it was August. But yeah, I know it was. And as a matter of fact, last year, it was like their 200th anniversary or 100th anniversary. Maybe it was the 50th anniversary, but last year was the anniversary for the state fair. So last year would have been really cool to go to that, right? But they didn't. And why? Because they'd have to spend money on the Whitakers. They'd have to, go out of their way a little bit. So what if it's 45 minutes? You drove that more than that to go to a fake Amish meeting, with all your buddies. So anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Again, Timmy has a mother. He's not up for adoption. That's right. He didn't want to leave. I was talking to somebody the other day about how Patrick and Eric kept saying, well, we got to get him off the porch. Timmy needs to get off the porch. No, that's where Timmy's happiest time was. His safe spot, his happy place was on the porch. He loved the porch. But to just go into somebody's life and say, Timmy, you need to get off that porch. I know you love it. And it's, your safe place and your happy place, and your family loves you and you love them. And porch has always, been where you wanted to be. And I guarantee you right now, he'd give anything to be back on that porch. But Eric decided, and Patrick and everybody decided, Patrick and Eric decided that Timmy shouldn't be on that porch anymore. Timmy needs to go do other things. And I don't really see Timmy having fun or anything like that the whole time, any of these things. He looked like he was trying to please Patrick when he was hanging from the tree or, getting mud dumped on him, or even shooting that weapon. He looked scared to death, but it looked like he was trying to please Patrick. And but anyway, I don't think he had fun at any of those things. They didn't do anything that was really fun for them. Patrick, I believe, went down his bucket list and did his stuff. Oh, he went to the mud thing with the tractors. He dragged Timmy with, as far as I'm concerned, and had everybody pay for it because he's got Timmy with him. Do you really think that Timmy wanted to go? Remember that race car? Remember when Patrick and Timmy went in a race car? Yeah, like a 1/4-mile race car. And they're strapped in with helmets. Like, what in the hell? And so they went on this racetrack or whatever. Do you think that? No, Timmy's probably scared shitless. But you could tell it was all Patrick's. And that festival, I think it was in Tennessee or some music festival, whatever. And then they wanted to, like, hey, let's do surgery on Timmy's eye and let's get his eye fixed. Let's get him dentures. Let's get him false teeth and let's give him manners. Dude, we fell in love with Timmy and the Whitakers the way that they are. Okay, and I don't think Timmy ever, it doesn't look like to me like his eye is upsetting him or not having teeth. The thing is, they were trying to make him into something that he's not. Okay, we fell in love with the family on the porch in their own setting, the way that they are. Oh, let's put different clothes on him and dress them up and do all these things and make him into something that is not. Hey, I know. Let's turn him into a little baby. Let's teach Timmy how to be a boy. Let's teach him. I remember we went over that last time. Let's teach Timmy how to be a little boy. We're gonna teach him how to be a baby. And like, okay. But think about this. Timmy has had a heart attack. Everybody pretty much in their family is born with congenital heart problems. Okay, they were born with a bad heart. All of them, most of them. They've had heart attacks, stents put in, and so not only are they bringing Timmy to these places that, like, to the gym, pumping iron and doing all these things without even checking with the doctor. He's on heart medications. They have to go every month. Timmy, Betty, and Lorraine have to go to the doctor every month. And that's why you see Lorraine a lot with the bandage on her arm from getting her blood drawn. And when you say, hey, Lorraine, how you doing? She'll point to her blood draw. She went to the doctor. She's trying to say she went to the doctor. But nonetheless, so somebody with a bad heart who's pushing 50 like Timmy already had a heart attack. God knows what, and he's on heart medications. He's bringing him to the gym and talking about getting eye surgery. Do you know how risky that is to put Timmy through any surgeries right now? Especially cosmetic. Really? Cosmetic? Goodness. Yeah, let's give him some plastic surgery. Let's get him a nose job and let's blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? It's just like, what the hell? Oh, and then get him dentures. Are you kidding? You think Timmy's going to wear dentures? Oh, my goodness. And how about sitting still at the dentist? I mean, okay. Yeah. Infantilism. Yeah, infantilism. Yeah, infantile. Oh, yeah. And he got peed on. Oh, let's see. Yeah, to turn him back into a little baby. A helpless little baby. Do you think Mark still sends money? That's a good question, Kildinks. He says BJ keeps calling and asking for money. And it sounded like she was the only one that is calling him. I don't know. It seems like he just wanted to not. He wanted to separate himself from this because it's such a mess. I loved how Timmy called Patrick Bama or Bama. You know what? When Timmy was being hauled away on the stretcher, and when they were putting him on the stretcher and strapping him down, and Betty was there trying to comfort him, but he said, Mama. And then he said, bye, Bama. Yeah. The culture of getting in other people's business is fatiguing. Yeah. Did I say Timmy's happy on the porch? I think he was. Yeah, I think he was. Believe me, he would give anything right now to be on the porch. You know it, I know it. He would, yeah. I understand YouTube. I don't want to say, no, Kathy, too long. Yeah. Yep. But it seems he thinks he's a savior. Yeah. Saving his bank account. That's all he's trying to save. Yeah. Let me shut some of these. Did I play that one? Hold on. You know what I didn't play? Oh, wait, did I? Let me see. Get cleared. I think there's one I didn't. No, I did play the flip-flop one. Yeah, I did. Well, that's not the one I was going to play. Hold on. I do have one up here. I didn't pop off. Hold on a sec. Patrick starting to say, oh yeah, this is the one I was going to play earlier when Patrick was starting to say BJ didn't abuse anybody. Let me see if it'll load up. I don't think I did.
A lot of people don't know this, and I'm just going to go ahead and tell you.
Well, hey, Che. Good to see you tonight, Che. I hope you've been doing well. Just wanted to say, hey, Mama Cat. Good to see you, Che. Hey, Che, you need to call me sometime. I haven't talked to you for a long time. Give me a call. Yeah, I know. I've seen that. Good evening to Che. Yeah, Cheesy, whatever she called you. Che, yeah, give me a call sometime. I'd like to talk to you. I've not seen you for a long time. Anyway, yeah, I got to call and get caught up. What you're doing? All right, I don't think that I played this one here. Anyway, yeah, let us know how you're doing, Che. Or call me. All right.
Whenever it comes to a lot of people don't know this, and I'm just going to go ahead and tell you.
Okay.
Whenever it comes to the whole BJ deal and the abuse, it became a charged situation.
Again, Patrick, did you ever go to the authorities and tell them this? Did you tell Adult Protection that the Whitakers weren't really being beaten? We just made this shit up because we wanted to adopt Timmy for no reason.
I'm verbally charged.
All right, Che.
So the person in question here.
Yeah, you don't have to call me tonight, but yeah, call me soon.
The other
I'd like to talk to you.
Like everything that was said and everything that was.
All right, good night, TNT. Have fun at work. All right, good night, TNT. Good to see you tonight.
He verbally charged that to hypen that up for it to get to this point.
to where we are now. If you notice, a lot of people should notice this. If you go back to the 22nd
Mm-hmm.
of August,
Oh, which happens to be the day after payday. I'm telling you guys, that August they didn't pay the Whitakers what they're supposed to pay them in July. Patrick and Eric kept all the money, made a bunch of bullshit excuses. That's why BJ got mad and the family got mad. They didn't get paid in July. So when August 21st comes, because they get paid on the 21st. So when August 21st comes, guess what Eric says? You guys, I just thought of something. And all the what ifs started. What if the whole family died and nobody could take care of Timmy? You guys, I think that we should put all the Whitakers' money into a trust fund, and then when they die, Timmy can have it. And I'll adopt Timmy. Yeah, that's when all the bullshit excuses started coming out, August 21st. And August 21st was also the week that all the restraining orders started, fake eviction orders, this was all on the second payday. All of a sudden, it's a huge emergency. Get rid of BJ. Put the Whitakers part of the money into this fake trust. Yeah, it was all because of that second payday, because they didn't want to share it, their fair share to the Whitakers.
back to the 22nd.
And that's why everything happened around the 21st, because that was the second payday, and they still don't want to give Whitakers no money. They got paid, not the Whitakers.
If you go back to the 22nd
All right, Jay. Love you too,
of
Jay.
August, whatever I wrote,
Good night, Jay. Yeah, get a hold of me soon. Love you too. Love you too, buddy.
all that. If you go from there back, watch everything, you'll see how normal it is. If you go forward from the 22nd of August
Payday.
to now,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yep.
you'll see a lot of things that took place
Mm-hmm.
that you don't have to take anybody's word for it. You can look for yourself.
You can look on my calendar. And it shows that when that second payday came, all the excuses why Betty and Larry shouldn't get money, and all excuses why BJ needs to go right now. All excuses why everybody needs to be hauled away.
You know,
All excuses why I got to adopt Timmy really fast.
you look for yourself, and you can see facts.
Excuse me. All right, let me get back in the chat if I can. So, and so watching these clips, you can see why I get really annoyed and why other people get annoyed when they act like victims. You know, you're all down with the plan when it was you and Eric, like Thelma and Louise, you know what I mean? And then Thelma double crosses Louise, and all of a sudden, oh, there was no abuse. Anyway, I'm going to get back in the chat so I can see your guys' comments. So put the money in a trust when they die. The trust goes to Timmy, however, Timmy goes with it. Exactly. And you know what else? Not only put all the money in a trust for Timmy and then adopt Timmy, but also, guess what? I have a clip somewhere that Eric is saying, you know, Timmy's the one that's going to inherit this house, the expensive house. Oh, okay. So adopt Timmy, put all the money in Timmy's name and put the house in Timmy's name and then adopt Timmy. Like, okay, nothing going on there. Yeah. Yeah, Patrick's a low-level scammer. He let Eric take the... That's right. He thought Eric was going to pull this all off. Did Patrick talk to APS? I thought it was Eric behind everyone's back. Oh, no. He did it too. Yeah, no, Patrick did it too. And as a matter of fact, I have a clip where it appears like Patrick was at the adult protect in the court because they were very upset on the second day. Yeah, and you're right, Grace. I have that clip too. Eric says, I've always wanted to live in a log cabin. I've always wanted to live in a log cabin. He said, I live in a double wide. That's what he said. I live in a double wide. I would love to live in a log cabin. Trusts aren't only about after death, they can set up, distribute funds incrementally throughout a beneficiary's line. That's true. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why do you think that was their plan? Yeah. 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 And that's when Patrick used the word lucid wrong. Let me see if I can find that. If I type in lucid, will it come up? Yeah, right here. Patrick tries to use big words, and he needs to learn the words before you try them out. Find out what they mean. Okay. Now, this shows me that I think Patrick was at the restraining order because him and Eric and Patrick were talking about how did it go that day with the restraining order. Because remember, they went on Monday and didn't get it. They brought Betty on Monday, didn't get it. They brought Larry on Tuesday, didn't get it. Well, on Tuesday, in fact, they brought Larry there. And as a matter of fact, it was Patrick that blackmailed Larry with that gallon of gas that he took. He blackmailed Larry into going to the adult protection. He blackmailed Larry with that gallon of gas, saying he's going to tell him. He's going to turn him into the police. But he blackmailed him to go to court and do this. So yeah, Patrick was all in it to win it. And I think Patrick was there because listen to this. How would Patrick know how Larry acted that day? And then I'm going to just tell you. So Patrick blackmails Larry. Patrick and Eric blackmailed Larry and said, if you don't go to that court hearing and tell them what they need to hear, tell them what we tell you to say. If you don't go there and say what you're supposed to say, then we're going to turn you into the police and you're going to get arrested for that gallon of gas. They blackmailed him. I've done videos on it. We all saw it. So Larry goes to court on that Tuesday, and I believe he went with Patrick and Eric, and they went to the judge, and Larry just really couldn't come up with any reason why he needs a restraining order against his daughter. Okay, so day 2, they were mad. Now, tomorrow, Wednesday, day 3, they're going to be happy and celebrating because they finally got the restraining order. But on day 2, they're mad because Eric told Larry what to say, and Larry didn't say it right enough or whatever. He didn't say what they said. So they didn't get the restraining order, and then they're really mad about it. Well, guess what? Because Larry didn't get the restraining order, he didn't say exactly the right thing. And of course, good for that magistrate that didn't give a restraining order. But Patrick was so rotten that he posted that video of Larry stealing the gas. He said he wasn't going to post it. Go to court, testify against BJ. Let's get that restraining order, and I won't turn you into the police, and I won't post that video. Well, Larry goes, he tries his best, and it didn't work. So what does Patrick do? Post that video anyway. And I have that. I got that video where Eric said, you know, Larry was mad on Labor Day because Patrick said he wouldn't post that video if he testified in court. And when he went and testified, it wasn't good enough. So Patrick double-crossed Larry and posted that him stealing that can of gas. He didn't steal it. Because I actually have another video that shows Larry telling Patrick, hey, if you were home, I would have asked you to borrow it. And Patrick said, yeah, I know you would have. Anyway, just rotten. So listen to this. Patrick was there at the restraining order. Listen. Oh, as their you know, cash apps are rolling in and all this stuff. I mean, I just can't believe how they did this to this family and made all this money. Never, ever feeling guilty about all this money coming in. You know what I mean? Hundreds and hundreds, literally thousands of dollars on every live stream, donating. And you know, that was supposed to go to the Whitakers too. But go ahead. Oh, here. Muted it.
So,
And when he went and testified, it wasn't good enough. So Patrick double-crossed Larry and posted that him stealing that can of gas. He didn't steal it. Because I actually have another video that shows. Hold on. What? Telling Patrick, hey, I forgot to mute that one. All right, I'll listen to it. Wait. I was wondering where that was coming from. All right, here we go.
Thank you for the donation.
Thank you for the donation. Tumblr number 1 and 2 are in full throttle this evening.
Thank you for the donation. How was Larry's demeanor today with you and the state people? So,
look at how disappointed Patrick is. His demeanor, and Patrick gonna say he was lucid. Lucid, Patrick, you need to know these words before you start saying it. Lucid means that you're very clear, precise. Everybody can understand exactly what you're talking about. Maybe you meant he wasn't lucid, but just say nobody could understand him. Stop trying to use big words. Embarrassing.
Thank you for the donation.
Thank you for the donation.
Demeanor today with you and the state people. So,
look at
today with you and the state people. So,
it's just so disappointing, guys. Lucid. If you go back to all of the.
I remember watching this and I was laughing because Eric just probably wants him to shut the F up, okay? He was lucid. He was lucid. And you notice that Eric didn't even acknowledge what he said because he knows he knows he's talking about. But go ahead. Yeah. Lucid. Look at how disappointed Patrick is. And then so disappointed that he actually goes and posts that video and humiliates Larry in front of everybody. Thanks, Eric. Thanks, Patrick.
It's just so disappointing, guys. If you lucid. If you go back to all of the original videos before this week, I always look up for Larry. Always.
You did not.
Because I said that's a good hands-on for a ride. He helps with Ray, helps with a lot. And then after this week, and then that with BJ.
Okay, he always stood up for Larry because he was the male of the family. He gave everybody rides. He's the one that takes care of things. He's the man of the house. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, but this week, he didn't testify falsely against his daughter. So we hate him.
Helps with a lot. And then after this week, and then that with BJ.
He's the one that gets the groceries and drives everybody to their doctor's appointment, blah, blah, blah. Fixes things and charge of things and
helps with a lot.
Yada, yada, yada.
And then after this week, and then that with BJ, I started feeling a little bit different. I went off on him. I won't lie to you.
He went off on him.
I thought he was helping a little bit more there. Anyway,
And how is it Eric's business if Larry's helping what he's doing in his own house? Let's go over to Eric and Patrick's house and see if somebody's not working hard enough or whatever. Just like the nerve of these two.
I don't want to get into it with you because I hope you won't end up. I just don't know where it's going.
Yeah, a couple questions were asked about this from different people.
Good night, night, monkeys. I'm going to wrap this up in a few minutes because I don't want to go over 3 hours. So, but good night, not my monkeys. Have fun with the grandchildren.
But
Thank you for coming in, not my monkeys. Enjoy your time with the kiddos.
continue, as you've done, thank you for the.
He was lucid. No, he doesn't know words. It's the kids that have to deal with it. Yeah. All right. Well, have fun, not my monkeys. Anyway, I'm going to see what you guys have to say and then wrap this up because it is coming up on 3 hours and battery's getting down there. Yep. Eric was really thinking this out. Yeah. Ace is, all right, it went wrong. Should I be worried? He didn't want the restraining order. That would have been a good thing on Betty's side. She would be protecting the siblings. Yeah, that's true. You're right. And so if Eric had been there and brought Betty to the restraining order, the family would not have been taken away. And you know what else? Eric said that, and I looked this up, by the way. Adult protection has no right to come into your house. Do you know that? I mean, not unless they're like dealing with you like they did here, and then they go get the state police and do an intervention. But when they first come, they have no real rights to look inside your house. They have no real rights to do this stuff just based on certain complaints. And so that's why when they first came to Patrick's house, Patrick said, "Get the F off my property," and they did. Which Eric was very upset about. But somehow, I thought about this the other day. Wait a minute, Patrick. If in the middle of July, adult protection came to your property and you said, "Get the F off my property," and they did, then what changed your mind within the next 30 days when you are working with adult protection to take the family away? That's my question. But Eric, and what I read is that unless they see the inside of your house in a complete disaster and you've got vulnerable adults, right? They can't do anything if you're not a vulnerable adult. If you got your wits together, whatever, you're not handicapped, you're not disabled, all that, and you're not, whatever, you have a right to live like a pig, I guess. It said it. You can live messy as you want. That's why those hoarder houser people, they don't get intervened and they don't get arrested and they don't get put in homes. But the minute that you have people who are disabled and stuff in there, the adult protection actually has to see it for themselves. And Eric knew this. And Eric brought adult protection down and brought them into the Whitakers. First, he brought them into Patrick's house, didn't tell Patrick. He put Patrick up in the Airbnb. Then he has adult protection going to Patrick's house. Shows the adult protection. His house is not suitable for the Whitakers or anybody really. Then he makes sure that the adult protection goes inside the Whitakers' house. And then Eric said once they saw the inside, they had no choice. That's exactly what that article said. If they see it for themselves, then they can intervene. But they can't ask you to come inside your house. But guess what? Eric can invite them in. See, Whitakers never invited adult protection in their home, but Eric did. Invited in the Whitakers and Patrick's home. Yep.
Let me see if I have time for one. Here it is. I'm going to play one more clip. This will be the last clip, and this is what I'm going to show you. Eric knew it, that if he could get adult protection to come over there, look inside that home, and see Whitaker's house for himself, then they have no choice. So, yeah, Whitaker's never invited him, but Eric did. Now, here we go. I'm going to show you out of Eric's own words. And this is, you guys, this is textbook, and Eric knew this because he knows about this. I didn't know it till I read it. But, yeah, once they see inside your home with their own eyes, then they can intervene.
Chit-chatting a little bit. And then by the time I hear him say something about, she heard you putting on the internet.
Oh. Hold on a second. Let's see.
About trying to get Ray to intimidate. This.
And so everybody's hearing, all the Whitakers are telling Betty that Eric's trying to get your family taken away with adult protection. And they were right. That's exactly what he was doing. Exactly what he did.
You putting on.
Denied it right up to the end. Then he did it.
By the time I heard him say something about, she heard you putting on the internet about trying to get Ray to intimidate. This guy heard her already told her, that's BS. Go look at anywhere. I would love to see it. Or love to see it. And I said, Larry, what did you just think? I said, are you talking about that again? I was like, man, I was really ticked off this morning.
And remember how angry Eric got. If Betty and Larry started talking about this, it pissed off Eric. Why do you think it pissed off Eric? He's pissed off that Betty and Larry, brother and sister, for 70-something years, living together in the same house. Eric's mad because they're discussing what Eric's doing to them. I mean, I just couldn't believe the nerve of him.
And I said, Larry, what did you just think? I said, are you talking about that again? I was like, man, I was really ticked off this morning. I was like, so all I've been doing, you think I would leave my family from Georgia if I wanted to get the family taken away from me?
Yeah,
that would be
exactly what you did.
Call, go look in their house, because that tells a story that I can't with words. Okay, I'm up here trying to get you a home built so that you have better living standards. This is what you told me.
Okay, he said it right there. If APS goes in the home, it's more than I can ever say. Right here.
And I said, Larry, what did you just think? I said, are you talking about that again? I was like, man, I was really ticked off this morning. I was like, so all I've been doing, you think I would leave my family from Georgia if I wanted to get the family taken away from me? That would be make a telephone call, go look in their house, because
right there.
That.
All I'd have to do is make a telephone call and tell him to go look in the house, and that would be it. That's exactly what he did. He made a call, they came over, they looked, and that was it. That would be make a telephone call, go look in their house, because it tells you everything you need to see. So yeah, he knew it exactly what he's doing. Anyway, so I want to go over in the chat and say goodnight to everybody. Yeah. Yeah. I'm turning into a kitten. Yeah, 3 hours. I know. Meow. Meow. Yeah, white ears. Oh, white ears. Yep. Good night to Kildeegs. Sleep well. All right. Yeah. Yep. Up yours is in the UK. Good night to you guys, too. I want to thank you for coming in. And thank you for the gifts. And thank you for the thumbs up. And thank you for the comments. And thank you if you're listening on the replay. I want to thank everybody for everything. I really appreciate it. And thank you for being patient while I had sound issues.
Well, I'm rubbing two sticks together here trying to figure out what's wrong. Anyway, so thanks for coming in tonight. Happy Friday to everybody. Have a great Saturday tomorrow. And maybe see you tomorrow night. I'm trying to work on a video, but I still think I'll be live tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. I'll put up a notice if I do. So thanks for coming in, everybody. Peace, love, and rock on.